It is very important for the world to observe what is happening in Georgia right now. A democratically elected government is being harassed by interfering within the domestic affairs of Georgia. A law was passed in Georgia which has sparked widespread protests within the country. And in this video, we are going to talk about what exactly the law was and why certain small percentage of Georgians are protesting and why Europe and United States are exaggerating these protests and interfering in Georgian politics at a very granular level. So the law was very simple. The law states that any organization receiving more than 20% funding from a foreign source into Georgia has to register as agent of foreign influence. If they don't do that, they'll face a fine. That's it. A more harsher and stricter law on the same point is already existing in many Western countries, including United States. We'll talk about that in a different video. But here, the point is that it is a very simple law. If you are a media company within Georgia receiving more than 20% funding, you just need to disclose that to the government or you'll be fined. It's not like you're going to be imprisoned or you'll be hanged. You're just going to be fined. Okay? This is the law. And this law was passed by almost 84 lawmakers voting in favor of that and 30 who voted against it. So it was passed in the Legislative Council 84 to 30. Okay? So it received overwhelming support in the Georgian Legislative Council. So a sovereign democratic country democratically passes a law within its parliament, and a small percentage of people protest against that law, and the entire Western mainstream media latches onto it and shows just one side of the story and exaggerates these small protests as though the entire population of Georgia is against it. Well, if the entire population of Georgia is against it, then how come their democratically elected lawmakers are supporting it? If they have an issue with this law, Georgians can simply vote out the government in the next elections. But why are they in an urgency to throw anarchy within that country? And to add fuel to fire, the neighboring foreign ministers of the neighboring countries actually visited Georgia and interacted with these local Georgian protesters. So the foreign ministers of neighboring countries interact with local Georgians to protest against Foreign Agent Act. If this is not hypocrisy, then what is it? And you name any media outlet in the West, whether it is CNN, NYT, or even Al Jazeera's of the world, you won't find the other side of the story. Every single news outlet is talking about how Georgia is protesting against pro-Kremlin law. But no one says that almost 84 lawmakers passed this legislation in a democratically elected council. So when United States or Europe talks about democracy, lectures other countries about democracy and rules-based order, what is happening now? These same countries are interfering in domestic affairs of Georgia and decimating democracy in front of the world. And a lot of Western analysts are okay with it. They are okay with it. This is hypocrisy. And yes, this law might benefit Russians, maybe. Or it might benefit United States. But that is Georgia's domestic affairs. Let them figure out what they do with their country. Let them figure out their destiny. But instead, United States and Europe have ganged up against Georgia. And Georgia is not going to be the only country. There are many other countries which are being bullied currently to take the side of the West. Slovakian Prime Minister was recently shot with 5 rounds. He's currently admitted in hospital. Hungary's Orban receives daily threats from leaders from Europe of stopping funding and whatnot. So the West is going full on against Russia, but in order to win over Russia, there are certain compromises that the West is making, and these compromises include democracy in countries like Georgia. This is Degree signing off from this video, and I'll keep posting more videos like these. Do like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'll keep posting more videos. Stay tuned.